Hey everybody, happy Friday. Joy Bowen here. I know Facebook is sending out all sorts of notifications letting you know that I'm live, and so hopefully you have a second to join me. I wanted to just talk to you today and touch base. It's been a crazy week. Re-entry from Cabo was hard. If you don't know, we did a leadership retreat in Cabo last week, and our flight was canceled. Our return flight was canceled, and so I felt like I was getting a little into the week behind the 8 ball. But we're all caught up now, so it's all good. But you know, I was thinking about that trip, and what struck me so deep to the core was just the diversity of backgrounds of the women who were with us. We had everything from stay-at-home moms to doctors who have invested in the lives of others as coaches. And it really kind of tickled me because, you know, I sat there and I thought, like, whoever thought that I would be doing this as a means to support our family? Whoever thought I would be in health and fitness? Surely not me. I mean, I love to be like that person. I don't know if you're like this, but like, I love to be that person who, you know, kicks someone's booty by like telling them what to do. I remember I you know, way after I started having my kids, I went to go see a personal trainer, and, you know, he would totally kick my butt and tell me what to do, and made me sweat, and, you know, like do burpees and things that I'd never done before. And I used to like invite some of my girlfriends to the gym on my off days and like try to like tell them to do the same stuff. So I guess there's a little bit of bossy in me, but never in my life did I ever think that I would want to create a career in health and fitness. And isn't it funny how life just kind of takes you in all these different directions? You know, for years I coached leaders in their profession. You know, I would help them focus on programming, on recruiting volunteers, on equipping volunteers, on training, on leading up, all of these things that had to do with their day job, but never once did I give any consideration to how they were leading themselves personally in their health. And I wasn't even giving myself much thought in that department either, because as my kids got older and my schedule got busier, that was the first thing to go. I'm such a workaholic sometimes that I would find excuses not to exercise. So like, even though my time with my personal trainer was awesome and I loved that, and I felt like there was a season in my life where I was a gym rat, like as my kids got older and I started working, I then put my purpose into my work and ignored my health for years. And both my husband and I did. And when my husband finally started training to be able to endure his black belt test, there's an ironic story there that I will tell you later. I actually started resenting him because he was getting healthy, and it was a conviction that I wasn't doing what I needed to do. And sure enough, you know, it wasn't until my cancer diagnosis, and obviously my husband, he had a near-death episode that, you know, landed him in ICU and a care flight and all that stuff. Like, we both had these massive incidents happen that were pivotal moments in our life, and we finally realized, like, oh my gosh, like, this life, we get one life. I mean, we all know that in our head, but it finally sunk into our heart. Like, we get one life. And I remember like having this defining moment where, okay, I'm 41. I just have gone through breast cancer. I'm standing in my closet and like literally nothing fit. And I thought, oh my gosh, like this is the 40s. This is it. Like I felt like I capped out in my job. I capped out in my physical, just my physical health. I capped out, like I felt like, oh my gosh, it's all downhill from now. And I had this awakening. And it was at that point that I was online, and my friend posted, you know, her before and after pictures from a PIO workout. And I was like, I don't know what the heck you're doing, but I just know I need a change. And I wanted to change more than I wanted to stay the same. I wanted to fight for my health and my best life and to feel like I had my spark back. I didn't want to just accept the mom jeans and kind of slowly fade into my 40s and 50s. Like I wanted to find fabulous again. And so I reached out to her, and as life would have it, I just talked to a few friends who said, hey, we want to go on that journey with you. And then a coach was born. It didn't take long for me to realize, oh my gosh, all these leaders that you've been investing in, you've been encouraging them to give their best to their work, but you haven't been encouraging them to give their best to themselves. You haven't been, mentoring them to give their best yes to their life, to their health, to their family, And I immediately became broken, especially for my friends in ministry. For those of you who don't know, like, my background is working for a nonprofit organization that supports churches all over the globe. And my heart became broken, especially for those leaders who gave so much of their heart and their work away to the world, but who were gravely, unhealthy to the point of really having some ill effects on their health and their home life. And so over the past 2.5 years, Andrew and I have taken this journey and we really truly feel like we are on mission to save lives. I got the coolest text yesterday from a friend who, this is like a non-scale win that I just absolutely adore, but she was telling me how she and her husband have been more intimate and closer than they have been in the last 5 years, all because in the last 60 days, less than 60 days, really, they've been in our groups for about a month and a half, but she's like, I can't thank you enough. We've found our intimacy again. And I'm like, saving marriages. Not only are we saving lives, but we're saving marriages. And here's the reality of this situation. There are so many people who need help that we just don't have the bandwidth, the capacity to help everyone. We want to, but we just don't. And we need other people on mission with us. And so next week we are doing a Facebook Live to just talk to people about what we do and whether that's something you feel called or a tug in your heart to do as well. So if you've been looking at what we're doing and you're like, they are just silly, or maybe you think we're a little crazy, but maybe you just are curious. Like, we want to invite you to really check out this coaching opportunity. It has truly changed our lives. And, of course, there's no guarantee of anything in life, right? It's all based on your hard work and effort. But like, in less than 2 years, I was able to surpass the income of my full-time job. I eventually, right after that point, it didn't make sense for me to keep the full-time job because I was making more doing coaching. And I've been talking to a lot of moms who would like the option to be home with their babes. A lot of corporate people who just need a little extra bandwidth financially to pay for college. In Cabo, we were talking, hi, Sadie. I'm going to chat with you later today, girl. You're on my list to reach out to and see what's up. But anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, in Cabo, last week we had one of the leaders on our team who qualified for that incentive trip, which is something that only our team does, by the way. Like, not every team gets to do fun things like we get to do, but we truly believe in recognition and appreciation for hard work. We work hard to help others, and then we play super hard for self-care. And I hope that that makes sense, because it is a great way to live. But anyway, one of the gals on the trip last week was a doctor, and basically, we have a lot of people in the medical field who are drawn to coaching because they feel like they can be on the proactive side of health instead of the reactive, treatment side of health. And as a cancer survivor, that makes my heart sore, because that's part of my mission. My mission is to help women take back their health, take back control of their health, and prevent cancer. Like, no one should have to go through what I went through. And the truth of the matter is that, fueling our bodies instead of entertaining our bodies with food and working out is, research shows it reduces our cancer risk. So I could talk forever about this. And, I feel like I come from the unique perspective, someone who is like a radical skeptic, like a no way Jose kind of girl. I told my friend Stephanie no to being a coach for 7 years. And, being diagnosed, hearing that cancer word will humble you. You will you'll think about life. You'll run it through a different filter. Some time is more precious to you. I'm just not going to sugarcoat it. And so, 2.5 years in, I feel like I can talk to you from someone who really like criticized this opportunity to somebody who really understands the blessing of it. And I mean, truly, that's just it. Like, I just want to pay it forward to as many people who need it as possible. And I always tell people, like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, you could get healthier. Maybe you have a stronger marriage because you're a little bit more like frisky. You help some people get healthier. You maybe make a little extra money on the side. Maybe you replace an income. Maybe you surpass your income. Maybe you do whatever it is you want to do. But like, why are we holding on to, the old way of thinking where it's like, we'll work hard for 20, 40 years and then have a pension that's going to take care of us for the rest of our lives. Like that I don't know about you, but that doesn't happen anymore. And, employers lay you off. Employers they don't think about what you're going to do if something were to happen and they need to like replace you. Like they don't. So why are you putting all of your eggs in that basket? Why aren't you creating a plan B that would provide you with some more opportunity in life? And a lot of that comes down to fear. Fear of failure, fear of not knowing what to do or learning something new, fear of being criticized. And I'm going to tell you right now, fear is everything you want is on the other side of that fear. And you have so many more people in life. Like, if you really think about it, like, how many times have you might have had like maybe 1 or 2 people who've like criticized you to the point of like questioning your identity and what you're doing in life. But like, you've been around thousands of people who genuinely like you, even love you, and think that you're pretty cool. Why do we make decisions based on like the 1 or 2 oddballs? Like, those are the people who are the jerks. Those are the people who are the bullies. And yet we limit ourselves based on this false reality that somehow everyone's going to be like that. No, those are the people who are the misfits. They're the ones who don't fit in. So don't make decisions based on those kind of people. So on Wednesday, I would love the opportunity to talk to you about this coaching gig. And I would love for you to meet our team. I would love for you to really, Andrew said this last night. He's like, this isn't something you kick the tires on. This is something you drive, like you could stub your toe kicking a tire, but like, this opportunity is something you drive. It is a performance vehicle. Like, you got to just experience it. You got to experience the team. You got to experience the culture. You got to experience the resources. You got to just experience it all. And what do you really have to lose? Except maybe a few pounds. So anyway, we are officially recruiting. I have bandwidth to mentor up 12 coaches this year. I figured Jesus had 12 disciples. I probably can't do more than that. And I want to be able to give my best to these new people who have a passion to create a side hustle that could even very well be a full-time hustle. Last year, we finished top 60 out of 405,000 in the network. We were top 60. We're 2017 elite team. All that to say, like, I'm not just blowing smoke up your butt for this opportunity. Like, this is a legit thing. So, it is worth your time and investigation. And how often do you have someone who's willing to like link arms with you and help you for free? Which is what we do. So anyway, all that to say, if you know someone or if you are someone who is interested in truly learning more about what we do and how you can be a part of our team, I would love to get you connected. All right. Peace to you. Love to you guys. Make it a great, healthy day. Bye.